Alright, so today we're going over the V-stack offense. A V-stack is any offense where players are positioned in a vertical formation. So like this. A vertical stack only describes how players are positioned on the field. It does not describe the philosophy of the offense. You can have two different teams line up exactly the same way at the start of the points, but then have completely different movement afterwards. It's important to understand which type of V-stack your team is playing. There are many different variations. Some focus more on break side throws, and others focus more on cut variations. It's up to the team to decide which version of V-stack is best for them. Today we're going over a basic 4-side centered V-stack. So a standard V-stack will have 2 handlers and 5 cutters. Handlers play behind the cutters, and their job is to maintain possession and complete passes. Cutters line up in a stack and take turns making in or out cuts into the force side. V-stack requires that you understand force, so if you don't understand force, you should watch this video right here first. Also, there's a link in the description. Cutters play upfield, and their job is to get open, get yards, and hopefully score goals. As a cutter, it is very important to understand where the force side is at all times. So if this is the mark, the force side will be to the left. So the first cutter in line will make their cuts into the force side, trying to get as much separation as possible. So if this is the mark, the force side is to the left. I can either do an in or an out cut. I chose to do an out cut. So pay attention to where the mark is right now. The force side has changed and is now to the right, so I make a cut to the right side. So now that we know which side to cut on, let's go over the rest of the movement. So with this mark, the force side is to the left. The first cutter makes their cut, then the next cutter goes, and you just keep on doing this all the way up the field until you are able to score. Once the cutter throws, they go to the back of the stack and wait for their turn to cut again. Then the handlers move up. The cutters can either dump it back to a handler and then go back to the stack, or throw it to the next upfield cut. If a cutter makes a cut but doesn't get the disc, they also then go to the back of the stack and wait for their turn to cut again. As a cutter, you don't want to stand in the throwing lane, or else it blocks off all the rest of your teammates. You want to get back into the stack so that the next person can go. Also, you want to make your cuts as sharp as possible. This is the key to getting open. You don't want to round them off like this. It gives more time for the defender to catch up, and it's hard to get open. A big thanks to A Glimmering Wreck for being a sponsor of this channel. They make team uniforms. I've been really happy with them. If you need jerseys for your team, you should definitely check them out. If you still have questions or if this video helped you learn V-stack for the first time, definitely let me know in the comments section below. If you're really struggling, check out my practice support feature on my website. If you liked it, don't forget to subscribe. Be sure to share this with anyone you think could benefit from it. This is Ultimate101, and I'll see you next time.